Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be going over the word problems portion and the inequalities portion of the practice test. So for the word problems, we're going to define a variable, write an equation, and then solve that equation using the inverse operations, and then express our solution with units. So for each of these, I am going to highlight what is going to represent our variable. We're going to use the template to write our equation, and then we're going to solve that equation and express our answer appropriately. So number 25 says Maddie spent 55 hours in 2 weeks working on a science project. She worked 32 hours the first week. Write and solve an addition equation to find the amount of time she spent working in the second week. So this is what I'm looking for right here. So I'm going to say x equals time spent working. And then I'm writing an addition equation. So it's going to be something plus something equals something. Now it says Maddie spent 55 hours in 2 weeks. So she spent 55 hours total working. She worked 32 hours in the first week, and then she did X the second week. Now we typically write the X first, that's why I put it in the first spot, but you can write it the other way. To solve this, I'm going to subtract 32. So X equals 23, and that 23 is going to be 23 hours. Number 26 says Jasmine has $250 in her bank account. This is $75 more than her brother Luke has in his account. Write and solve an addition equation to find the amount of money in Luke's account. So X is going to be money Luke has. And again, we're writing an addition equation, so it's going to be something plus something equals something else. This says Jasmine has $250 in her bank account. That is the total amount of money that she has. And then more than, when it says she has, or this is $75 more than, that's your plus sign. So we're adding $75 to what her brother has. So to solve this, I'm going to subtract 75 from both sides. So X equals 175. And my solution is going to be $175. Number 27 says during a test flight, Dane's rocket reached a height of 18 yards. This was 17 yards less than the height of Ava's rocket. Write and solve a subtraction equation to find the height of Ava's rocket. So my variable is going to be the height of Ava's rocket. And then my equation is going to be a subtraction equation this time. So I'm going to have something minus something is equal to something on the other side. So this says during a test flight, Dane's rocket reached a height of 18 yards. So that's the highest that it got. This was 7 yards less than. That's your subtraction. So it's going to be minus 7. So X minus 7 is equal to 18. I'm going to add 7 to both sides. So X equals 25. And this is going to be 25 feet. Number 28 says for 2 days in a row, River rescued tadpoles from a puddle. He rescued 54 on Friday. This is 17 less than the number he rescued on Saturday. Write and solve a subtraction equation to find how many tadpoles he rescued on Saturday. So my variable is going to be tadpoles rescued on Saturday. And then my equation is going to be a subtraction equation. So something minus something is equal to something. So he rescued 54 on Friday. So 54 goes on the other side of my equal sign. This is 17 less than, so there's your subtraction. So minus 17. And then in my last opening, I'm going to put x. To solve, I'm going to add 17 to both sides. So x equals 71. And this is going to be 71 tadpoles. Number 29 says Mrs. Westfall went to PetSmart to buy Onyx, her cat, food. PetSmart is selling 6 cans of cat food for a total of $3. Write and solve a multiplication equation to find the cost of 1 can of cat food. So my x is going to be the cost of 1 can. And because I'm writing a multiplication equation, it's going to be something times something is equal to something. And remember, on the other side of our equal sign is typically where the total goes. So this says PetSmart is selling 6 cans of cat food for a total of $3. So the $3 goes on this side at the end. They're selling 6 cans of cat food times the cost of 1 can. So 6x equals $3. And to solve, I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides. And I get x equals 0.5. 0.5 is going to be 50 cents. Remember that money goes to 2 decimal places. Number 30 says Jordan has put $250 into her savings account. To do this, she made 10 deposits of the same amount. Write and solve a multiplication equation to find the amount of each deposit. So my x is going to be the amount of each deposit. And again, I'm going to be writing something times something equals something because I'm writing a multiplication equation. It says Jordan has put $250 into her savings account. That's going to be the total. And she made 10 deposits of the same amount, and we're trying to figure out what that amount is. So to solve, I'm going to divide by 10. So x equals $25. In number 31, it says you and 4 friends ordered pizza from Pizza Hut. Each of you paid $7.50 for your portion. Write and solve a division equation to find the total cost of the pizza. So x is the total cost of the pizza. And for a division equation, I'm going to have something on top divided by something on the bottom is equal to a value on the other side. Remember that the top number is going to be the total, the bottom is how many groups, and then the other side is what that is split into. So 31 says you and 4 friends, that's going to be 5 people altogether, ordered pizza from Pizza Hut. So I'm trying to find the total cost, split into 5 groups, and each group is going to pay $7.50. So the equation that I'm solving is x over 5 is equal to $7.50. So I'm going to multiply by 5 on both sides, and I get x equals 37.5. That's going to be $37.50 for the pizza. Number 32 says Mrs. Nichols brought books to school to give to 6 different students. If each student got 3 books, write and solve a division equation to see how many books she brought to school. So we're going to say X is books brought. And again, I'm going to have something on top divided by something on the bottom is equal to something on the other side. Because she brought the books for 6 different students, that's the number of groups that she's breaking it into. And she's breaking up her total number of books. And each student is going to get 3 of them. So we're going to solve X over 6 is equal to 3. I'm going to multiply by 6 on both sides. So X equals 18. So she brought 18 books to school. In number 33, it says to write a division equation that has a solution of 16. What that means is this X has a value of 16. So whatever I put in the other 2 spaces, 16 has to make that true. So if I make the bottom 2, 16 divided by 2 is 8. And if I solve the equation, X over 2 equals 8, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides, and X equals 16, so that I know my equation checks out. Number 34, write a multiplication equation that has a solution of 4. That means that this X is 4. So let's say I do 7 times X equals something. So 7 times 4 is 28. And if I solve that equation, I'm going to divide by 7. So X equals 4. Number 35 says to write an addition equation that has a solution of 13. So here my X is 13. If I add, say, 12 to that, 13 plus 12 is 25. So when I solve this equation, I'm going to get X equals 13. To write a subtraction equation that has a solution of 21 means that this is 21. So if I pick a number, let's say 19, 21 minus 19 is 2. So if I solve the equation, X minus 19 equals 2, my solution is 21. So this one would be X plus 12 equals 25, and this is going to be 7X equals 28. And again, when it says solution of that number, you want the variable to be that number. For 37, it says to write an algebraic equation that you would use to solve with addition. So if I want to solve with addition, the equation has to be subtraction. So I can write anything that has subtraction. And I'm going to use addition to solve it. In number 38, it says, what inverse operation would you use to solve the equation 5x equals 25? Well, this is 5 times x, so I'm going to use division to solve. 39 says, is 12 a solution to the equation? So I'm going to put 12 in for x. So 12 minus 6 is equal to 18. 12 minus 6 is 6, and 6 is not equal to 18, so the answer here is no. Number 40 says, is 6 a solution to the equation 5x equals 30? So I'm going to do 5 times 6 equals 30, and 30 equals 30, so the answer here is yes. Number 41 and number 42 are similar to 39 and 40, but now it's an inequality symbol instead of an equal sign. So for number 41, it says, is the given value a solution to the inequality? I'm going to take 17 and put it in for x. So 17 minus 4 is less than 13. 17 minus 4 is 13. and 13 is not less than 13. It's the same. So the answer is no. Number 42, I'm going to take 2 and put it in for y. So 2 over 9 is less than 18. 2 divided by 9 is 0.2 repeating, and that is less than 18. So I'm going to say yes. Number 43 says Onyx has lost at least 8 mouse toys under the couch. Write an inequality to describe the number of mouse toys Onyx has lost. So my variable is going to be the number of mouse toys. And then for my inequality, I need to identify the keywords. In this situation, it is at least. And at least means greater than or equal to. And then when you write your inequality, it's going to be variable, symbol, and then number. So x is greater than or equal to 8. In number 44, it says less than 4,000 fans attended the U of M football game. Write an inequality to represent this situation. In this situation, my variable is going to be the number of fans. For my inequality, I'm going to use less than because it says less than 4,000 fans. And then I'm going to have x is less than 4,000. In number 45 through 48, you're graphing the inequalities. These number lines have a little bit more information than I usually ask for, but you can still use them. So for number 45, I'm going to have an open circle on the number 8, and then I'm going to check 0. So is 0 less than 8? That is a yes. So I'm going to shade toward 0, which is going to be to the left of the number line. In number 46, I'm going to have a closed point over the number 4, and then I'm going to check 0. So 4 is less than or equal to 0 is a no, so I'm going to go away from 0. That's going to be to the right. Okay, so if 0 works, you go to the left. In the first one, and then if 0 does not work, we go to the right in the second one. In number 47, I'm going to have a closed point over the number 11, and then I'm going to check my 0. So 0 is less than or equal to 11. That's going to be yes. So go toward 0, which is going to be to the left. In number 48, I'm going to have an open point on the number 3, and this does not work, so I'm going to go away from 0, which is to the right. Okay, this is the end of the Module 6 practice test. There is also a PDF upload of the note card sample for you to use as well.